Well, hi everyone, I'm Vicki, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so glad to have you here today, and I'm going to make the new chocolate chip cookie. But I'm still working on the name, so maybe while I'm working on it with you, I'll come up with a name. I've got a few suggestions from folks that sent it to me, so I'll throw those out there, and let me know what you think. Because when it goes up on YouTube, I'll have the new name. Excuse me for the way I look. I'm wild and crazy today. I've been at an outside show pretty much all day, and my hair is wild and crazy, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm having such a good time. It's been a good day. I've enjoyed all the folks in Waycross, and glad it's back to show season, and we can see so many people. Of course, y'all know I'm out there with Georgia Olive Farms in Oleo de Vida. So if you get a chance to see me sometime, stop in the booth. If you see the olive oil signs, stop in the booth and say, hey. And I always have a Pampered Chef catalogs. If you need a Pampered Chef catalog, stop by and see me. All right, we're going to do this quick and easy keto low carb chocolate chip cookie. And the cookie can be made on the grill, in the cast iron. You can do it in the air fryer, but that's what we're going to concentrate today. We're going to concentrate on cooking it in the air fryer. So let's put the ingredients together and see how it turns out. Now I'm going to do a little variation. I've actually got two that I am going to post. And it's just one little, well, it's two in one. It goes from a chocolate chip cookie to a chocolate chip peanut butter cookie with one little change. And this is one of the little tips I have. I go ahead and mix it up, all the dry ingredients, and stick it in the refrigerator. So when I need it really quick or want it really quick, usually it's want it really quick, I can just throw the other three ingredients in and mix it up and go. So this is kind of cool to throw all your dry ingredients in a jar and stick it in the refrigerator and have it ready. That is the straight recipe. And the only change in the recipes is changing from coconut flour to peanut flour. And I keep all kind of flours around the house to play with. So you might have one or the other, so both will work. But we're going to start with the dry ingredients. And this is really easy because you need a 1/4 cup. And I am going to start with a 1/4 cup. Now this is one of the new flours that I have absolutely loved keeping around the house. I keep it around the house all the time. And I love the texture of it. And I love the fiber in it and how it's rich in proteins. And this is sunflower seed flour. And I can't find it around here yet. So it does come from Amazon. Remember, we're in a rural place. We don't have great big, wonderful grocery stores. Like Whole Food. We have Whole Food type grocery stores here. Okay, start with a 1/4 cup of sunflower seed flour. And then we're going to do, I haven't opened this. Because I'm keeping all of my flours in the refrigerator now, I put it through kind of sift through it. So make sure there's no clumps. 1/4 cup of almond flour. And with this one, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of peanut flour. Okay. Now, when you're using coconut flour, you don't use as much because you just don't need as much coconut flour. So what I do with when I'm using the coconut flour is I use 2 level tablespoons of coconut flour instead of the peanut flour. So we're going to use a little xanthan gum. And I don't see my measure. You use about a 1/16. It's just a tiny bit of xanthan gum. 1/8 to 1/16 of xanthan gum. You use a pinch or two of sea salt. You use a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. Use a 1/4 cup of monk fruit. Ooh, that was luck. And where is it? A 1/4 cup of Swerve Confectioners. It was right there. Now we are going to use a little stevia in this too, but that's wet, so we're not putting that in yet, and I forgot about that with the wet ingredients. Like I said, I keep my flowers in the fridge now so that they last longer. And so let's just sift through. You know, this is a quick and easy cookie. I'm not taking out any mixers or anything like that. I'm just doing it in a bowl. I actually like mixing it up. And our flexible mixing bowls, silicone, but you can't see what I'm doing in that, so. I just want to make sure there's not any lumps in here. I'm just putting it through. See, when I've got it in the refrigerator, it's got little lumps in it, so. But I've gotten aware when I'm baking, I like putting it through a sifter. I wish Pampered Chef would come up with, remember the old-timey sifters that you cranked? I remember doing that for my grandmama. When I would help her bake, she'd let me sift the flour. I'd love to have one of those old-timey sifters. But the mesh colanders do a real good job. Okay. So I made a little bit of a mess. So I have all of our ingredients out and let them get room temperature. They just seem to mix up better. And we're going to do 2 eggs. I forgot to bring my bowl over here. 2 eggs. And I got farm fresh pretty eggs. They're all different colors today at the farmer's market. I hope y'all go to your local farmer's market. I love shopping there. I love the people that I've gotten to know over the years. And the vegetables. We're using 2 ounces of cream cheese. And 2 tablespoons of butter. So it's 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup. And then 2, 2, and 2. on the liquid. And then just mix it up. Tell me what your favorite cookie is. Like I said, this is a chocolate chip, but we're going to make it with a peanut butter chocolate chip variation today. I use the basic, like I said, basic recipe because I know it works and I know it tastes good. You see the dough coming together, the cookie dough. And this actually will make a drop cookie as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a couple of that. We're going to do some of those and put them on the pan so I can take them to my mom's house today. All right, look how quick and easy that was. All right, I'm going to put, like I said, a squirt of stevia in it. Actually, put 2 little squirts. And then I'm going to taste the dough. Because I've forgotten how it tastes with the peanut butter in it and see if I need a little bit more sweetener. I think it's perfect. Now, we're going to put about a half cup of chocolate chips in the cookie, and then we're going to put some on the outside as well. About a half cup in the cookie. And the reason I'm doing the 2 variations is some people don't like peanut butter. I happen to like peanut butter. Of course, if you watch me a lot, you know that because I make peanut butter twice a month in my cooking blender. All right, we're going to stick this one, and we need to grease it, in the cast iron. We're going to put it in for 10 minutes to start with for turning it on bake. Then we'll flip it around. So, yeah, I grease the cast iron really good because I kind of like the butter on the cast iron cookie. The butter sizzling around the outside of it. This will make about 3 of the little individual cast irons. And I'll show you, actually, when I get it out, I'll show you how I tend it for the grill. I actually put some foil around it and then bring it up and tint it, let it rise, and when it seems to be set firm, then I open it up and let it brown on the grill. All right, here is this one, ready to go in. Let's go ahead and set some drop cookies. This is the individual, the small stone. It also fits in the air fryer. And I do like butter instead of oils on my cookies. drop a few, and then we'll put some chocolate chips on the top of them, and put them in. Let's just do about 4. I'll make them a little bit bigger. And I'll give you the time if you're putting them like this in the air fryer, because you don't need to have them as long as you do the cast iron. So I'll do a drop cookie timing on the recipe. Okay, got those. All right, I'm using Hershey's zero sugar dark chocolate, and I also use Libby's milk chocolate. Sometimes I'll mix them up. Let's put milk chocolate on the top. We put dark chocolate in it. That cookie dough is pretty good with the peanut butter. Now the picture I posted, that one was actually with the coconut flour. If you saw my post when we were working on the name. All right, we got that in there. How about let's drizzle a little peanut butter over the top. Ooh, that looks good. Let's do a little bit on these. It's a little flatten out a little bit more. Okay. So in the air fryer they go. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to change up this cookie even a little more. So I roasted some pecans earlier. Just a little butter, a little salt in the air fryer for 4 minutes. Stir it up in the air fryer 4 more minutes. Let it sit. They get crispy and nice. So I have roasted pecans. So why don't we go ahead and put some pecans in the other cookies. And I'm going to use our chopper. My chopper was dirty, so I had to clean it. So we're just going to chop a few nuts. And I like using roasted nuts in a cookie. That's about it. So I don't want it too fine. One little pieces. Just throw that in there. So this next batch will also have pecans in it. Like I said, if you've got some time and you're making this, and you might want to go ahead and just have you a jar next to you and mix up your ingredients, your dry ingredients. We can just have them in the refrigerator or in the pantry. They're fine in the pantry. Ready to go. So all you have to do is put the eggs, cream cheese, and butter, and a little squirt of stevia in it. I hear the air fryer. We'll come back soon and see what they look like at 10 minutes, and then I'll turn them and then put them back in. Okay, this is what it looks like at 10 minutes. See the rise on it? Okay, I'm just going to turn it and put it back in for another 5 minutes. Okay, these are going in the oven, and I will figure out the time and post that. All right, here's my air fryer cookie. It's nice and hot, and you can serve it in the cast iron, or you can take it out and cut it into pieces. I'd serve it hot with a dollop of whipping cream or either some low-carb ice cream.
So while we wait for the peanut butter batch to come out of the oven, let's mix up the batch with the coconut flour and see what the differences are in the two.
Okay, out of the oven, baked on 375 for 20 minutes. And they're perfect. It smells so good. You can smell my house. It smells like Christmas or homecoming with all this baking going on. All right, I'll be back in a minute. As always, what you see me cooking with is Pampered Chef, and you'll find a link on my description or on my post. So I use the small cast iron. I use the small individual stone bar pan. I used the cooling racks. I didn't pull that up for you to see. I love the cooling racks because they're stackable. I can stack another one right on top. Of course, we use the air fryer. Don't look at this. This is just one of my little hacks. We used the air fryer. It was the star of this one because your cookies can be made in the air fryer, but they can be made in the oven as well. And for the oven, I used the flat stone, the cookie sheet stone. And of course, I've used the mitts and all the bowls and the scoop and spread in case you were wondering what I was stirring with. I love the scooping spread. I used the mesh colanders. So everything you've seen me use today is Pampered Chef. They're all done. And I have to show you. These are the cookies made with the coconut flour. They're not as dark as the ones made with peanut flour. So I'm going to plate them and take a picture of them for you. And I'll write the recipe on the post. And there's one change that I forgot to tell you. When I do the coconut flour, I put 2 scoops of Enrichables pea protein in there with it. 2 scoops of the protein. Protein acts as a gluten. You could also put it in with the peanut butter, but the peanut flour has a lot of protein in it. So whether you want to or not, I like to put it in there because I like the extra protein. Usually I would, but you don't have to. On the ones with coconut flour, you need some type of protein powder, and it's usually 2 tablespoons, or in this case, it's 2 scoops that come with the Enrichables pea protein. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Enrichables pea protein. You can't taste it. It doesn't taste chalky. You can't taste the protein taste. It's great. I use it in so much because I need my protein intake to be higher. So, come cook my cookie. Let me know. Let me know where you're watching me from, and come back often to my YouTube channel or my Facebook. And as always, give someone your beautiful smile. Warms your heart inside, makes you feel good. And you know what? You just could make someone's day. See you later.